Thanks, Eric. A little bit about me. I showed up 15 years ago from Japan, sight unseen, to Milwaukee, having lived prior to my time in Tokyo over in Minneapolis, and been a patron of the art scene over in Minneapolis. And I originally hail from Nebraska, so if I get certain Western metaphors, introduced into my speech, I'll blame Nebraska for that. And we, as patrons of the arts, we started looking around and discovered the Skylight about 10 years ago, and fell in love with the mission and the concept of the theater. One of our earliest shows was Floyd Collins. My wife to this day still shivers at the feeling of claustrophobia and cold, damp conditions that were created in the cave. And so for any of the artists that were in that production, you don't think your work has lasting memory. I can still talk to her about it today and she'll shiver. It is a fantastic product. I came to the board then about 6 years ago, might be 5 years ago. By trade, I'm an accountant. Been on the finance committee, so I understand the numbers and have understood the numbers over the last 5 years. I have, at Suzanne's resignation, I was asked by certain members of the board to take on the interim presidency. I agreed to do so under two conditions. The first is that I would not run for the full board president, so I don't have a dog in the fight, once the annual meeting is over with. My role is to constitute a nominating committee to find a board president. We'll talk about that in a moment because you all have a role in that. To handle the managerial responsibilities during the next 7 weeks. The second condition I took the presidency on was with the proviso that I would get assistance from someone who was much more deeply connected to the artists and actors and actresses and musicians community here in Milwaukee. As I said, I've been around here only 15 years, so you need like 4 generations of Milwaukee to be a native. And I just don't have that background, nor have I had much of an artistic background. You take away 6 years in jazz band in high school, and honestly, guys, I'm an accountant, okay? So the board recognized that need and agreed with me, and so we have appointed a vice president of artist relations, Tess Bartels. Tess would have been here this morning, but given the short notice of the meeting, she has a commitment and she has a father in the hospital. But she will be at my side, interrelating with this community, shoulder to shoulder with me, because I'm not confident that I would know everything that there is to know in a artist lifestyle, and frankly, that will be a learning point that I am eagerly looking forward to learning. So that was the two provisos, and so the board agreed to do that.